What's up, y'all? Welcome to Do Real Reacts. Now, today we're going to be talking about He Who Remains. That is my boy, and he really did that role really well. But we're going to be talking about what makes Tony Stark's and Doom his variant. So, before I get into it, at the end of the video, if y'all stay to the end of the video, I'm gonna have everything explained why Iron Man and Doom is the variants of bum 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 He Who Remains. So He Who Remains debuted in Loki the series. And if spoiler, I don't want to spoil it for y'all, but I'm gonna let y'all go and watch the movie. But I'm just gonna talk about a little smaller snippet that they wrote in, and they never explained who this person was and why was this variant being hunted down. So there was a situation between Loki and one of the time variant cops. Y'all go watch the show. Y'all know his name. So he was telling Loki that there was once a hunt they was hunting for a variant. They supposed to cause like 5,000 uh deaths or whatever. So what they did was they hunted down, went to this timeline. They supposed to find them, capture them, whatever, purge it, whatever. Because it wasn't linking up with the flow of time, because if for some reason he was out of time or he didn't belong in that timeline. So they come there and they looking for a grown man or whatever. They finds a 8-year old boy that has not even grew up yet to become whatever he's supposed to do and cause this incursion or cause this 5,000 people death type thing going on. So I'm thinking in my head, I'm not really thinking about it because I'm like, oh, whatever. So let's connect the dots. So He Who Remains was the winner of the Multiverse War, and he created the TVA. He Who Remains got time traveling from when he was in the future. He was born more. He's from the future, and he got time traveling from because Tony Stark created time traveling. But he didn't specifically say he got time traveling from Tony Stark. He just stumbled upon it and he started with the time traveling. And he met all his variants. Some of them good, some of them bad, whatever. But the story that's what I don't understand is that the story with the 8-year-old boy, and I do understand it, but I'm gonna put it up here for y'all. I don't care. Oh, it's reaching, whatever. So the 8-year old boy was commissioned by Kane to go and pick him up because they didn't know he was 8 year old. They thought he was a grown man. It's 8-year old boy. He went after him. Kane went after him specifically because he was the variant of Kane. So, or He Who Remains. You see what I mean? So He Who Remains had a variant out there that didn't look exactly like him, but looked it like Tony. But Tony is not his real name. Tony Stark was given to the family by the TVA from He Who Remains, gave his variant to the actual Starks, and the Starks raised him from 1969 and said that he was born 1970 on this is documented in Shield, said in 1970. But from when he said in a post credit scene that he was 14 years old in 1983. 1983, for him to be 14 in 1983, he had to be born around 1968 or 1969. we found out with actual numbers, he was born 1969. So 1969 put him just right in 1983. So what we ask ourselves, how could his own father and the government forget what his real birthday was? Because that means he was not the real Tony Starks. That means he's the variant boy that they tracked down that supposed to cause a multiversal collapse or whatever, and he was out of time. So they take the little boy, they send him over to uh the Starks and everything like that, and they present the boy to them, and with the boy having intellect and smart, they amplify him with the super soldier serum, which if he's he who remains, then he would have abilities and intelligence just like he who remains, because he who remains one, so he would be a mirror of him. But he who remains knew that he was going to be his rival. So that variant, instead of destroying the variant, he turns the variant, goes and hunt the variant down at 8 years old, and take him out of the timeline and present him into the 616. When he comes into the 616, Tony Tony Stark, which y'all know him as Iron Man, truly supposed to become Doom, which will be Ultimate God Doom. But this is what connected. The 8-year-old boy is Tony Stark. That's why Tony Stark thought he was born in 1969, because a memory came in his head of that time. You see what I'm saying? That he was told this some kind of way at 8 years old. So that means if he's 8 years old, but you say he was born in 1969, 1 year after that, 6, 7, 8, was it? How we gonna do the math? So from that time, he would be what? If he was 8, we'd be thinking like, hold on, wait a minute. So if he was 8 and he's saying that he was born in 1969, some of this stuff is not adding up. So eventually you'll start thinking like, hold on, wait a minute. Bro is Dr. Doom. Bro is Dr. Doom. And he decided, he who remains decided to take Doom from his established timeline and put him in our timeline to make him a hero, so that he won't know that he was truly. And it only lasted not that long, because the reason why the time was got messed up, for one, Doctor Strange got him to sacrifice himself. So that messed up the flow of time, because he seen that in the fruit. He made an incursion. Captain America went back in time, and ultimately that caused him to be like, hold on, wait a minute. He went back in time. He messed up the flow of time, because he stayed back in time, but he only supposed to take the stones back, right? So if he supposed to take the stone back, why did he do that? He stayed back then, and then messed it all up. I'm sorry, y'all. It seems like I'm just looking down and stuff like that. But they left that back there. Captain America stayed back. That made an incursion. So many of these incursions, even the X-Men made incursions. Even when Wolverine sending him back to future past, when he went back, and then Jean then was all of a sudden alive, made a new timeline. That affected the timeline. even with so that's why this movie being 3 hours and something minutes is if it's 4 hours, it will completely rewrite everything and will in Secret Wars. But ultimately, I know for a fact, guys, that Tony Stark is going to be Doctor Doom, and he is a variant of He Who Remains, and they're going to obliterate the rest of the Kangs. He's going to take out all the rest of the Kangs, and he's going to be the only Kang left, which he is Doom. That's just basically what it is, and that is how it's going to go, guys. I'm just keeping it real.